Hello, hello. Welcome back to Oracle and Alchemy. Happy Lionsgate, everybody. How have you been doing out there? These energies have been intense, but I hope everybody has been able to take some time to take advantage of all the cosmic energies going on right now to do whatever you would like to do to improve your life. That might be clear some things, that might be heal some things, that might be manifest some things, pull some things in, let some things go. But whatever it is, I hope you have taken the time to do that. So I wanted to bring you guys an 8-8 reading, 8-8 portal reading. And as I was meditating on what the reading should be about, I was drawn to use the runes. I was also drawn to, I have some purple candles on the space for you guys today. Purple representing, well, it represents a lot of things. It represents royalty. It also represents intuition, heightened consciousness. So I thought it would be nice to bring these in. Oh no, they're not working. Hopefully they start working. I thought it'd be nice to just bring these in during the reading, have a nice energy. I also have some crystals up here. Look, candle. Cooperate. Okay. Sometimes you gotta be, look, speak into these candles. Okay. The issue is I have my fan on. That is the absolute issue, but that's okay. So anyways, back to the matter at hand. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm going to be doing a spread which is called the Wheel. I just created it. It's a 5-rune spread. And so we're going to be looking at, with this portal, the opportunity for you to manifest really the highest things, realities that you want for your life is available to you. So what this reading is going to be is advice on the turning of the wheel, right? The cosmic wheel, a new chapter. What we need to let go from the old chapter, what we have to look forward to, maybe what might be in the way of us being able to turn that wheel and turn that leaf and turn over that new chapter in our life. So hopefully after this reading, you'll come out with some encouragement and some advice if you resonate with what's being said. And hopefully you can then know what you need to do to go ahead and turn the wheel for you in your life and bring in something new. I didn't see how much time I have to record. 9 minutes. If you guys have been watching my videos, you know that I don't have storage space on my phone, so I can only record in certain spurts at a time, and then I have to splice the videos together. But that's okay, because I figured out how to do it. I just have to keep track of the time. Wow, these rooms look so nice in the candlelight. I usually do these readings during the day, so I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'd also like to say I am open for personal readings. Everything's in the description box below. The issue is, this is not supernatural, you guys. The candle's doing this. The issue is my fan is on. I forgot to turn it off, so that's why the candles keep flickering like they do. I just thought I'd share that in case anybody thinks it's a sign. It's not necessarily a sign. I mean, it could be, but it's not necessarily. So we're only going to do 5 cards. Wow! Goodness, these rooms have a lot to say. We're still going to just narrow it down to 5 after we get these out. Oh, the other announcement that I wanted to make is that I'm going to be opening up readings with my melanated tarot deck. Now they're open. It took me a while to bond with that deck and really get to a place where I felt comfortable with giving readings, but yeah, it's open. So I'll probably upload my first melanated tarot reading on YouTube in the next couple days, so look out for that. And if you really like the cards and the style of reading that's going to be, go ahead and book a personal session with your girl. Oh, pull this off now. Narrowing it down, narrowing it down. We're getting there, we're getting there. All right, we got our 5. So I will explain what this card spread is and what each of the positions mean as we go. Okay. All right, so this card in the center is going to be, I have to make sure it's actually in the center. This card in the center is going to be kind of the heart of the issue, the overall vibes, the overall situation, the overall message. And then we're going to go around the circle this way. So this is going to be the beginnings of the situation, or like the potential that the situation has. This is going to be insight into how to keep the situation safe and thriving. This is going to be the hoped for outcome, and this is going to be any roadblocks that you might encounter as the wheel turns. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, Dagas, the day. Okay, so wow. I love these runes because they all each have their own unique individual energy. So I like to put them in the camera so that you can get the energy off of this card. I mean, they're all like bright and shiny, but this card has the energy of like that brand new day, that brand new dawn, like waking up with the sunrise. Like, I just get a lot of actually unburdened feelings with this card. So, you know, one piece of advice, if you are struggling to let that wheel turn into the new chapter of your life, is to unburden yourself from whatever you carried with you from yesterday. Each day is a new day. And of course, there are situations and circumstances that take longer than a day to resolve themselves in our lives. But when it comes to today, tomorrow, like tomorrow is its own day. Today is a brand new day. So don't take yesterday's issues into this brand new day, into this brand new chapter of your life that you're trying to create. Has the thorn. Okay, so this was in the position of the potentialities. So these are, by the way, so this is definitely connected to all, this is like the middle of the wheel, and then these are the spokes. So this middle card is going to be connected to all. All right, y'all, my apologies for the technical difficulties. We are back, and I should have plenty of recording time to finish the video. So as I was saying before I was cut off, we have Dagas the day here, brand new day. We have in the potentiality spot, the Rosas, the thorn. So what I'm actually getting from this is one thing that might be hindering you from letting that wheel turn and letting your brand new reality come about is your fears or your insecurities about the same thing repeating over again. So some of you might be having a hard time envisioning what this new chapter of your life might look like because you are burdened with the thorns of your previous chapter. There might be situations that are popping up that seem, I don't know, for lack of a better word, I'm going to say triggering. But it just seems like, oh, this seems way too familiar. This seems like I've been down this road before. Why do I expect it to be different this time? This is just going to be the same old song and dance, etc., etc. But what I would say in response to that is you now have discernment that you didn't have before. So if you have the ability to stop and take some breaths and use that discernment, then you will know what about the situation is seeming so familiar to you, and you'll be better able to navigate whether these fears that are coming up are valid fears or they are you repeating the same old cycle of negative and limiting thought patterns. So the feelings themselves of not wanting to go down the same road are completely valid, but just make sure that you're taking the time to analyze by using your discernment, by using your trust in your intuition, whether it's a true concern in this situation or whether that's something you can leave behind completely and envision a new situation for yourself. Don't keep getting lost in the same self-limiting or self-defeating thought patterns that keeps you trapped in a same or repeating cycle rather than stepping into a new cycle. Okay, so let's see what we have over here. We have Kinaz, the torch. So this position was what is going to be needed to, what's the fuel, basically. So it's interesting that this came out in the position of fuel. What's going to be the fuel for this new turning of this chapter, turning of this wheel in your life? And we have the torch. So the torch symbolizes that which, it's kind of like your inner guidance system. It's that inner flame. It's what drives you, what lights you up, what is that unique individual spark of your own soul. So all of us have an individual spark in our own souls, and so what lights us up is going to be different for everybody. But I believe what the runes are trying to suggest to you is to keep this at your true north, to remember that each day is a brand new day. And so the way that you live each new day as a brand new day is to remember your spark, your torch, and to stoke it, to get closer to it, to honor its light. Okay, so the light of your own inner torch, if you keep it stoked, if you keep that fire going, is going to be what can guide you through all of those limiting doubts or those cyclical beliefs that are keeping you stuck from turning the wheel on a new chapter. The passion of your inner torch is going to be able to cut through all of that, and it's going to work together with your intuition to help you stay on course. All right, so this is the possible or desired outcome position. Oh, Othala, homeland. I'm trying to get him to focus, but I don't know how to do that. Do I have to put my hand behind it? Somebody tell me how to do this. Somebody tell me how to YouTube. I love that this is in this position because for me, this is talking all about that connection. I think a lot of us are missing connection, not only because of the world events going on right now, but let's be honest, before these things started going on, we were kind of a society, or it's kind of become popular to not foster connection. We've become overly dependent on being independent and doing things on our own, pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps and all that nonsense. There is merit in being independent, obviously, but there's also great value and merit in community. And I think that as of late, we're all kind of realizing that and we might not have the community that we wish we had, or it might not be as strong as we wish it did. And this could be our family, this could be our tribe, this could be our soul tribe, this could be the people that we have close around us. And it's interesting that this came out actually because I had a dream quite some time ago about a lot of shifting taking place, even on the ethereal level. So like a lot of soul contracts being renegotiated, rewritten, closed, chapters being closed out. Even at the soul level, chapters are being closed out in favor of new ones. Okay, so I believe that if you do let this wheel turn into the new chapter of your life, or what this new reality is trying to bring into your life, you will more closely align with the people that resonate with you, and the people that you can depend on, and that they can depend on you. And you can start to rebuild that connection, that community connection. Yeah. So if that's something that has been near and dear to your heart, that might be an incentive to go ahead and welcome in the new, especially during this Lionsgate energy. It's going to be live for a few more days yet. It's so powerful. Embrace it. Open your arms and embrace it. And so this last position is any possible obstacles, any possible things that might trip you up. If you think about a wheel turning, right? Any rocks along the path. So let's see what we have. We have Perthrow, Fate. So what I'm getting with this rune is, remember that we have day in the middle as the overall energy. This coming up in the position of being a possible obstacle. Once again, I believe it's in the mindset. So some people have differing views about the word fate and destiny. Some people think it's preordained. Some people think you can't change it. Some people think you can completely rewrite and change it. I think what this rune speaks to is the fact that, yeah, there are definitely some things that seem out of our control and align in a certain way that at times you really can't deny. Like the way that this lined up, it was completely shocking to me. So like, how could I have created it, you know? But the other side of the truth is we do have agency over the life that we are creating. That's why this side is kind of like the closed side, representing the things in our life that we can't necessarily control. But this side is open because it's what we want to put in here. It's how we want to close it. We do have the option in that. So I believe a limiting thought that might be affecting some of you would be something like, well, it doesn't matter what I choose or don't choose. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. A little bit on the fatalistic side. No judgment, just like, that's a little bit how it's sounding. But I think the rune coming out in this position is to let you know, like, how is it that you're able to rewrite your fate, quote unquote, or how is it that you're able to rewrite your story? It's in being very intentional about your day. We're not looking days, weeks, months, years ahead, because nobody can plan that far. Nobody can see that far. You know, we might catch glimpses, obviously, but the way that things move, if we're going to talk about fate, it's like a symphony, right? Everything is interconnected, and one action is connected to another, right? So all we really have the most control of is what we do each day, how we fill our day, the thoughts that we hold that day, the thoughts we release in a day. So I really love that this came out in the center, because it really is giving the best advice for all of these kind of thought forms or concerns that might be blockages. It's consider how you spend your days, the best way to move your life forward, the best way to create a new reality, the best way to let this wheel turn and manifest what you want is to be very intentional about how you're living each and every single day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. What you think, what you take in, what you put out, how you meditate, how you move, right? This is a whole other topic. I'm not necessarily Christian, but I love the example of each day is our daily bread, right? It's only enough bread for the day because that's how much you need. One day at a time. So I was going to also pull a couple of oracle cards to see if they had some last minute wisdom. So I'm just going to shuffle real quick. And earlier Spirit told me to take the top card and the bottom card, which is very interesting. That's never happened before. So we're going to see what we get. Okay. So we have the top card, seeing the true you. And I'll go over these. And the bottom card, beyond the mind, the heart beats. So we have 29, seeing the true you. 29 breaking down to 11, number of spiritual mastery. That's also a number for me of actually doors opening. If you think about the number 11, the ones side by side have always represented doors of opportunity. So this card for me always speaks to being able to, I mean, it's called seeing the true you, and she's looking at herself through the water, but being able to see yourself truly without the distortions of past hurts, without the distortions of limited thinking, without the distortions of what anyone else expects you to be. I think that's a really huge theme right now, and something else that's going to help you move this wheel and turn this next chapter is to really be 100% true to the inner you. And we're all at different points in our journey of discovering our true inner us. So if you feel like inner me, I don't even know what that looks like, then that's where you would begin to turn your wheel. If you say, I know what the inner me is, but what if this happens? What if that happens again, etc.? Then you're beginning to turn the wheel is to honor the true you, right? And to use this torch of fire within what makes you passionate to make the true you happy. I think that basically this is what this boils down to, is that it's your life. It's what you're going to create. Nobody's living this life but you. So no one can make the changes but you. No one can decide what you want the future to look like but you. And so if you haven't thought about that, it's a great time to think about that. And then we have number 21, beyond the mind, the heart beats. 21 breaking down to a 3, also a very spiritual number. I think that this card is talking about, just the fabric of the cosmos, which has every imaginable thing that you could fathom and everything that you can't fathom. She has eggs in her hair. She has feathers. There's shells along her side. She has pearls of wisdom. There's DNA strands. There's the wheels of time. There's seasons changing. There's a lot of energy here about, in this whole reading, about what it is that makes your soul expand. Okay? So it's time for expansion. This wheel turning, this new chapter in our lives, this honoring of ourselves, this seeing our true you. It's time for our souls to rise to the forefront through all of the programming, through all of the distortion, through all of the burdens or expectations or hurt placed upon us or placed within us by others or by ourselves. It's time to let that all fall away in the way that your journey is allowing you to, and to let your soul expand, because each soul expansion has beautiful gifts that are ready to be shared with the world and are ready to enhance your life. So those are the messages for the wheel reading, Lionsgate 88. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it was uplifting. If this resonated with you at all and you want more insight about your specific situation, what you can, let go, what you can gain, how to do so, as I stated, personal readings are open. You'll find all the ways that you can contact me for a personal reading in the description box. And other than that, I hope this is a really transformative time for everyone out there in the way that they need it to be, that they want it to be, and also in I hope that unexpected joys find you as this wheel turns and as you step out on faith. Take care.